The Tigrayan peace process is a series of proposals, meetings, agreements and actions that aim to resolve the Tigray War. Around the 9th of November 2020, Tigray People's Liberation Front and elected Tigray region leader Debretsion Gebremichael asked the African Union to stop the war and requested peace negotiations. Federal Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed refused to negotiate. On the 25th to the 27th of November, a trio of former African presidents appointed by African Union Chair Cyril Ramaphosa visited Ethiopia with the aim of mediating. They met Abiy and representatives of the transitional government of Tigray that officially replaced the elected TPLF Tigrayan government. An emergency intergovernmental authority on development summit of East African heads of government and state met on the 20th of December 2020 in Djibouti, resulting in a statement of support for the Ethiopian constitutional order and humanitarian access to Tigray region. On the 19th of February 2021, the TPLF expressed its wish for peace negotiations, declaring 8 preconditions for the negotiations. On the 20th of February, the National Congress of Great Tigray published 6 demands to the international community that closely overlapped with the TPLF's preconditions. Seb Hiddi made similar demands on the 21st of February 2021, adding demands for a United Nations human rights monitoring and peacekeeping force and a UNESCO-led investigation of the destruction of cultural heritage. A conflict between the goals of centralized versus federalized political power between the federal Ethiopian government headed by Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and the former dominating party of Ethiopia, the Tigray People's Liberation Front and Amhara region special forces deployed on the south border of Tigray region in mid-October 2020, and ENDF troops were flown to Eritrea to prepare a joint attack on the TPLF by the ENDF and the Eritrean Defense Forces. On the night of the 3rd to the 4th of November 2020, the Federal Military Northern Command bases in the Tigray region were attacked by the TPLF, and the ENDF responded militarily. The war continued into February 2021, including military operations, war crimes, sexual violence and looting, with casualty estimates in February of 52,000 civilians and 100,000 soldiers killed. On the 6th of February, the United Nations Special Advisor on the Prevention of Genocide, Alice Verimu Enedaritu, stated that the risk of atrocity crimes would remain high and risked worsening unless urgent measures immediately taken. Around the 9th of November 2020, the TPLF leader and elected head of the Tigray region, Debretsion Gebremichael, requested the African Union to intervene to stop the war, requesting peace negotiations. Debretsion described Abiy's government as illegitimate. Abiy argued that the TPLF's holding of the 2020 election was illegal and that the TPLF had started preparing for war since 2018, organizing and drafting militias. He stated that Ethiopia would manage the situation on its own. Moussa Faki, chairperson of the African Union Commission, urged the Ethiopian and Tigrayan governments to negotiate. On the 10th of November, Abiy refused the proposed dialogue. On the 20th of November, Ethiopian President Sahle Work Zewde visited South Africa as an envoy of Abiy to discuss the war with Cyril Ramaphosa, President of South Africa and Chair of the African Union. As a result of the visit, Ramaphosa appointed 3 former presidents, Joaquim Chissano of Mozambique, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf of Liberia and Kgalema Motlanthe of South Africa as special envoys to mediate between the parties in the conflict, to engage with all sides to the conflict, with the aim of obtaining a ceasefire and creating conditions for an inclusive national dialogue, to resolve all issues that led to the conflict. The mediation proposal was motivated by the spirit of African solutions for African problems. Abiy immediately described the news of planned mediation by the envoys between the federal government and the former Tigray government as fake. The 3 envoys visited Ethiopia during the 25th to the 27th of November and talked with Abiy and representatives of the transitional government of Tigray that aimed to replace the TPLF government of Tigray. Ramaphosa published a summary of Abiy's views on the war and Abiy's commitment to dialogue in the official summary of the envoy's visit. On the 13th of December, Sudanese Prime Minister Abdullah Hamdok stated that he had agreed with Abiy to hold an emergency meeting of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development grouping together 7 East African countries. Hamdok arrived in Addis Ababa the same day as the first foreign leader to visit the city since the Tigray War started. The IGAD summit was held on the 20th of December in Djibouti. With an official statement, reaffirmed the primacy of constitutional order, stability and unity of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia, and welcome, the 29th of November. Agreement on unimpeded, sustained and secure access for humanitarian support. Abiy expressed deepest gratitude to the IGADL